Don't you die on me, damn it! He's dropping!
Intubate, now! Cardiac arrest, he's in B-fib!
Clear!
No response, hit him again!
Clear! How's he doing?
Well, he stabilized, but it took too long. He's in a coma.
What about him?
He, took some shrapnel. To the head.
Dun, dun, dun. Hello everyone, this is Condor K here with the final Metal Gear Solid 5 video I'll probably be doing ever. Covering Mission 46, Truth, the man who sold the world. Which, yeah, it is playing through the Awakening chapter of the game, the very beginning, again. Although a few things have been changed. So going into this, I may or may not have known a bit about what this chapter is about beforehand, but I didn't exactly know how it would work. Like, just because you know something doesn't mean you know how it's gonna play out, how they're actually going to explain it, this or that, the other thing. This is not the way I was expecting it to be done. So... But basically, that scene was, I think, in one of the trailers, if not more than one, back before the game came out, where they were trying to resuscitate Big Boss, and then someone says, Miller says, "What about him?" pointing to another person that we never knew who that was. In the lead up to Metal Gear Solid 5, there were a lot of theories. I never watched any of them myself, honestly, but Rush did, and he was particularly a fan, or at least he mentioned a lot, the theory that you were actually Gray Fox and not, you know, Big Boss, so to speak. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You're clearly Big Boss. Like, why? And what does Gray Fox have anything to do with this? I don't think that character appears in canon until Metal Gear, because Portable Ops is this shaky area of canon that I don't entirely know if Portable Ops is official or not. I really don't, since it's, you know, what's the word? I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Oh, let's skip on to bringing the doctor in here. Starting from here, things are a little bit different.
Κάποιος ήδη γνωρίζει ότι έχει ξυπνήσει. Διατρέχει μεγάλο κίνημα. Πρέπει να ενεργήσουμε άμεσα. Προετοιμάστε τον για εγχείρηση. Δεν το πιστεύω.
Plastic surgery, you say?
It's true. There are those who wish he would never woken up. You should be dead.
Thanks for the vote of
But you're
confidence.
not. The wheels are in motion. Your enemies are everywhere. We must alter your appearance immediately. Otherwise, I fear you won't leave this place alive. It's a wide open world out there, so there's something we need to take care of first. This is you, as you've lived until this day. I'm going to change your appearance. We have no other choice.
Yepperoonies. That was my character that I created at the beginning of the game. If not to remember anything else about him, the fact that I put the giant scar on his face pretty much, you know. Yeah, I know who he is.
Very good. Now let's remove these bandages. Your face has healed nicely. To tell you the truth, these bandages were more for your protection, to hide you from those who want you dead. As of today, your name is Ahab. Forget everything. Your name, your past.
And forget what happened back there. Again. Because it's not relevant. Hello. I seriously thought Vic Boss was a misspelling.
Everything feels
Turns out it's a
alright.
nickname that Big Boss was given by his recruits in Peace Walker, which I didn't play Peace Walker. So yeah, the guy that you created at the beginning of the game is actually the guy you've been playing as the entire game, a member of MSF. And they changed him to look like Big Boss. Ooh. And yeah, that was my name I picked. I actually forgot I picked that. I wasn't sure. Ianese. Honestly, I didn't remember. It had been a while. Obviously. Like 150 game hours later.
Not yet. The patient and expects on my face. Of course. Consider it done.
No, don't touch that. That's mine. Tackle. It's not very effective. Improvise! Improvise! I just woke up after a 9-year nap. I don't want to go back to sleep. She's just not gonna give up. Ow. Damn. And they're really deep. I actually forgot about the pedals in this scene. I think they bring them up in one of the scenes in relation to Quiet during the later part of the game. I just don't remember when.
Okay, have time to go. What happened to the woman? The woman? We gave her a light. She took the short way down. Who are you? Who am I? You're talking to yourself. Been watching over you for 9 years. news?
Sounds great.
On your feet, soldier. The whole place is coming down. Need a little pick-me-up? Here.
I actually saw a fairly funny portion or like video that was showing this part of the game, and it was after you crawl to the door, Ishmael is just like, let's take the stairs, and then the camera pans back to show you just barely being able to crawl, and the crowd just laughed. I thought that was really funny. Really good. Ow. Anyway, let's skip ahead through a bit of the hospital nonsense. It does take a while. Good times, though. Good times. Another cool thing learned from after the fact, you know, after the game ends, after the Sahelanthropus mission, is all the details surrounding the third boy, the floating boy, Psycho Kid right there, and the man on fire. And of course you learn that the man on fire is Volgin from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, the dude in charge of the villains there. And Volgin, like, is his reanimated corpse. The third boy, on the other hand, is of course Psycho Mantis, which I'm pretty sure no one was surprised by that. Who, like, he broke out of, they actually, in the beginning of the game, there's a, what's it called? A radio giving a news report about a plane going down. That's the plane that, the third boy was on. Because once Snake wakes up, all these other guys wake up at the same time. The Man on Fire and, Psycho Kid, the third boy. Who, as I said in the, Sahelanthropus mission, takes on different appearances depending on who he's being controlled by. So in this instance, he was being controlled by the Man on Fire, Volgin. You do finish out Volgin's thing later. There's a mission to go find his corpse, the Man on Fire's corpse, and during that mission, he wakes up and tries to strangle Snake. And you can see Volgin very briefly, although he seems to realize that the guy he's strangling is not the guy he wants to kill. So he just dies. Finally. Took long enough. Which, I actually didn't notice this until I read it on TV Tropes. But when Volgin's walking down the hallway here, he actually looks at Ishmael as opposed to you. For very clear reasons, but it's still pretty interesting to look at in hindsight. I honestly don't know how to pronounce the third boy's real name. Triteji Rebinok? Something like that? I don't even know how it's spelled. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong. Sorry. But that's a really crazy name. Psycho Mantis is a lot easier. So yeah, it was pretty cool seeing Volgin. Although it has been a while since I played Metal Gear Solid 3, so it was a little hard to tell that was like 100% him. Because I'm so used to seeing like it wouldn't come to mind well enough, but yeah, it was definitely him. They even said so. The corpse of the Man on Fire is now on Mother Base, following that mission. There's actually a small odd thing about this part here. After you fix your leg injury following the second encounter with the Man on Fire, everything becomes blue. Like the blood and everything. It's like this weird. Is that just my my computer just showing it wrong, or is that how it's supposed to look? I don't know. It happens every single time I do this mission, or Awakening, which I've done Awakening only once, and I've done this one like 3 times. I did it the second time to get the challenges, which was to kill 6 guys at the exit and to hit the Man on Fire 20 times. So I did those. They weren't too bad. That door can't open. What is this bullshit? So yeah, I skipped through a lot because, you know, it's just... There's really not much I can talk about while watching this entire thing. The unedited, uncut down video was an hour and a half, just about. I honestly can't believe that's how long this portion is. It doesn't feel like that when I'm playing it. Or does it? Anyway. So I'm gonna get my gun, which means we'll be ready for the last part, which is out front. With all the crazy man on fire and Psycho Kid shenanigans. Yay. So I was wondering what this gun was. Turns out it's an, what, AMD 11 something or other. Never used it.
Hold down the aim button to aim.
Because I always had the Woo pistol. Always. Never got rid of that. Except for the one time where I just wanted to go around killing people, so I equipped myself with a shotgun, rocket launcher, whatever, and Magnum. Just crazy things.
I'll take the right. You take the left.
Because why not? You're pretty good. Yeah, I am. I've played 100 and something hours of this game. As of now, I think it's up to like 160 or something, give or take. Not entirely sure. But I put a lot of time into this game. And I have very little things to do. There's only 3 missions left that I haven't done yet, and they're harder versions of other missions. I think it's total stealth, an extreme, and a subsistence that are left. So that's cool. It's a total stealth war economy, which is annoying to think about, but I don't think it'll be too bad. And there's some more XOF assholes. When I first played this mission, I assumed that the challenge tasks would be the same as or the mission tasks would be the same as the original version. So like no reflex mode. And I was like, so when I first did the truth, I did go into reflex mode here, and I was like, God damn it! It was only until after I finished the mission that I realized, oh no, that's not an objective. Ah well. There's no enemy here. What are you talking about? He just fell and exploded his head. Stop speaking nonsense. Is there another guy over here just sitting here? I don't remember. Yeah, there is. There are a few other very interesting things that you get access to upon completing this mission. One of them is known as the Truth Records, which are a series of cassette tapes featuring Major Zero. And just, you learn a lot about him and about just everything else that was going on in the background. And I think one of the most interesting things is that this whole plan to get Snake out of the hospital and use the MSF soldier and everything was all his idea, which he ran by Ocelot and Miller to get them on board with it, so to speak. Or at least, he ran it by Ocelot. I'm not entirely sure if Miller was in the know. I'll get more on that later. But it's really interesting to think about that Zero went this far to protect his friend. And it's the kind of thing that Snake will never actually know. Because Zero, you know, he never appears again until Metal Gear Solid 4. And by that point, there's just... you can't talk to him. He can't say anything. He can't speak for himself. And then, you know, he's dead. Snake, Big Boss kills him. Which is very sad. I wish I had a flamethrower. I know D-Walker has one, I just wish I had one. Because that looks like fun. And also these guys are dumb. And snakes like you guys are dumb. I'm gonna duck over here. You really have to give these guys credit for not giving up. And going full on, just all in with a point blank tank shot. Oh shit, I better get out of here. That's why I thought it was funny how quickly it, drove out. It almost looks like it's running away, and it's like, nah, I'm just gonna smash you up. Hardcore. The Snake's so done with this, like, this is the rudest awakening in the history of awakenings. I think, anyway. I mean, there may be another one out there that's worse, but I don't know it. Ow. Just nothing but punishment this entire time. Nothing but punishment. Fitting. And of course the last segment where you try to shoot the fuck out of the man on fire, even though you know full well that does nothing to him. All the vehicles look like they actually hurt. Or at the very least, douse his flames a little. Always preferable, though. Anyway, time to bail out of here with, Ishmael. This whole place has gone to hell. Where were we again? Cyprus, right. Cyprus is just gonna get wiped off the map after all this. Like, yeah, none of that happened. There was no man on fire and no floating boy anywhere. And no giant whales. Yeah. Forgot about Billy Bob there. How do they even know? Do they know, or are they just making sure? Either way, I need to cut that shit out. We're trying to get out of here. Stop honking the horn, Ishmael. Oh, I didn't see that guy flying over there. Never saw that before. Heh. And the mission is done. That was truth. What comes next is Metal Gear Solid 5's ending. Like, ending. Final thing anyone gets to see in the Metal Gear universe.
This way, boss. Hurry. Use that bike. It's tuned up and ready to go. I'll handle the rest. Here. That's your name as of today. You best change your face, too. Now this one, he'll take your place. From here on, he's Snake. He believes it, too.
My very own Phantom, huh?
Boss, the whole world wants your head. Don't worry, he can handle it. Move now, quickly.
Aren't you forgetting something? We'll meet again.
Right.
I really do thank them for the faith they have in this random guy who's now going to be Snake. It's quite interesting. As is this timeline thing. I really like reading through it. Code Talker begins his research on Thean's remains. Like, how did anything remain? Didn't he blow up? I guess just assorted guts and stuff here and there. Bleh. It's quite disgusting. Yeah, see, Zero hides Big Boss in the hospital in Cyprus and leaves him in Ocelot's care. Zero suffers brain damage due to a Skullface parasite attack. Zero visits Big Boss and disappears completely, never to be seen in public again until Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, frickin' Skullface tried to kill him. You know, to usurp command over XOF and Cypher. Because he's crazy.
No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now. Boss.
do you remember who you are? What you were meant to do? I cheated death thanks to you. And thanks to you, I've left my mark. You have too. You've written your own history. You're your own man. I'm Big Boss. And you are too. No. He's the two of us together. Where we are today, we built it. This story, this legend, it's ours. We can change the world and with it the future. I am you and you are me. Carry that with you wherever you go. Thank you, my friend. From here on out, you're Big Boss.
And there we have it. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Jeez. I was in such a state of I don't know what to do anymore after I finished this game. Like, after the credits ended, I just kind of like, what now? You know? I fucking love Metal Gear Solid. The series is all amazing. And it's over now. It's just like, well, what now? The answer is nothing. It's done. There's nothing now. But goddamn if that wasn't a good way to end it. Because you see, one of the things that always bugged me in the mythos of Metal Gear Solid 5 was, or just of Metal Gear Solid in general, is how did Big Boss escape death 3 times? It's like, he died at the end of Metal Gear 1, he died at the end of Metal Gear 2, and then he dies at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4. And, like, you could just write that off as being like, well, Metal Gear 1 was released, like, way back in the day. You know, around the time when bad villains dying, and then just inexplicably returning for the next installment as a kind of, haha, I'm still alive, was like, you know, the norm back then. That's how things worked. You didn't really need to explain it, which I guess makes sense. But then they explained it. You know, Metal Gear 1's big boss is Venom Snake. Metal Gear 2's big boss is Big Boss. And it just makes so much more sense put together that way. But yeah, another cool thing, apparently, I actually don't remember, but in Ground Zeroes, I think the medic does talk. The medic who becomes Venom Snake, and he is actually voiced by Kiefer Sutherland, just that they fucked with his voice a little bit. You know, like altered it so it didn't exactly sound like him. I'm pretty sure he does talk and say those things like we're gonna get to do without an aesthetic and all that stuff. So it's crazy. And I read the Metal Gear Solid 5 TV tropes after I finished the game, as I always do with everything. And I read something really cool, where basically you create this character to be the MSF medic. It's your character, it's representing you in the game. And at the end of the game, you find out that you were indeed that character the entire time. So in a sense, Kojima made it so that you became Big Boss. But by the end of the game, when Big Boss is telling Venom Snake that as of now on, you're Big Boss, it's kind of like he's also talking to you. And I read that, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I like that idea, I really do. I honestly, like, I heard some things about people being disappointed with the ending or whatever, and I guess, you know, it's Metal Gear. Anything that Metal Gear does is gonna get, you know, praise and, what's the other word? Hate? Not hate. Well, maybe hate, but, you know, we ignore hate. Just, you know, people not being exactly happy with it. But me, I thought this was perfect. I love everything about the ending. And people always try to use the fact that the game doesn't have everything as like a mark against it. And I'm like, it still has a lot. Of course, yeah, I would love to have played the ending to Eli's story and all that, Kingdom of the Flies. But it's not like that missing ruins everything for me. There are accounts of what else could have been in the game, and I wish that stuff did get in here, but it doesn't ruin the rest of the game for me. It's still really awesome, in my opinion. It's so much fun. It was such a blast. I didn't put 150 or so hours into it because I didn't like it. And come on, no one does that. Okay, that's not entirely true. Some people do that, and I can't believe it, but I loved every second I spent with this game. And even now, I continue to hop back to it and finish out more things to complete it. One last thing I want to talk about is the pause side quest, because it is actually a side quest. Every time you rescue a Mother Base soldier, you get a photo from old Mother Base that you give to Paz to try to help her remember. And you get cassette tapes from her continuing her diary. You even get visits from Ocelot telling you what's wrong with her later on. But it turns out that Paz never survived the explosion, the events of Ground Zeroes. Of course not. They never found the second bomb that was in her. It was too late. The Paz that you were seeing and everything around it was all a hallucination that Venom Snake was having because he's the medic. That, in his eyes, he failed to save Paz. So he had this whole episode where he's like, no, I actually did save her and she is actually here. You know, it all caps off with a really nice cassette tape received from Paz, if that makes any sense. The last one, telling her that this is all fake, you know, it's another phantom pain that you have to let go of and all that kind of stuff. It really sucks. I didn't know Paz too well. Paz, I didn't know her too well because I didn't play Peace Walker. But still kind of sad in some ways. So it's like the game lied to you about lying to you is the best way that I could put it. Because it's like, oh no, Ground Zeroes, no, it didn't end that way. We saved Paz. And then this one's like, no, it did end that way. You didn't save Paz. I love it. Don't know many things that actually do that. Man. And of course, like I said, Major Zero. Zero wanted to apologize. He actually visited Snake while Snake was in his coma, like the real Snake, and talked to him, basically telling him how he knew that Cypher was a mistake, making Cypher was a mistake, and that he's afraid that he cannot control what it'll become. And of course, he doesn't. The Patriots end up happening, they go out of control, they enslave the entire world. It's not until 2014, which is when Metal Gear Solid 4 takes place, that they're stopped and the world is freed from their clutches. You know, I thought that was a pretty interesting thing to find out too. As Zero was trying to atone, but he never got to talk to Snake. He never actually got to tell Snake the truth. Because Snake was in a coma. Which Ishmael says that he was watching over Ahab for 9 years. But how long was Big Boss in a coma? Because some of the cassette tapes for the truth, is the real big boss. He'd already woken up and he's talking to Ocelot about what they're gonna do before everything goes down. So I guess that could be like maybe even a week before it all happens. I'm not entirely sure. They might have said in the cassette tapes. I'll have to listen to them again. As well as a pause. At the end of Ground Zeroes, there's that interview between her and Skullface, where he says to tell him where Zero is, and she does tell him where Zero is, which is how he's able to infect Zero, attack him with the parasites, and cause the brain damage that eventually makes Zero a vegetable, which is how we see him in Metal Gear Solid 4. Skullface was a douche, just all things considered. And you know, Huey being banished, Quiet leaving and disappearing forever. Just all these things about this game had me thinking for a long time over how much I liked the way that it resolved everything that it could resolve and just the way that it ended. I couldn't stop thinking about it, I swear. My sister who watched me finish the game too loved it. We talked until like 1 in the morning about the ending of the game. And even now she's sending me some fan art. Or, you know, basically, yeah, art that she's drawn of some of the characters. It looks really awesome. And she got a Tumblr some time back, and she's just been sharing. Every time she shares something Metal Gear related, it's always hilarious. So I'm always liking everything that she's sharing. It's great. I love when we get into this kind of mood where we just want to share things about the thing that we were both so into. Such a blast. It really was. All I need now is to finish the last few missions, maybe, if I can. They look kind of tough. And get Quiet back, because they actually patched in the thing that you can get Quiet to rejoin you so you can use her again. Because I have her XOF and Sniper Wolf outfits that I actually haven't used yet, since I got them after she left. Or I didn't use the XOF one at all while she was with me. So maybe next time. Until then, fucking thank you, Kojima.
What was it all for? If the boss has some plan, what is it?
The real big boss is working separately from us to create his new nation.
New nation?
A military nation above and apart from all. The true outer heaven. Something created to maintain world balance. Independent of the struggles for supremacy, for personal profit, the cycles of revenge between countries. It'll be an army, all right, but more. Big Boss is building a nation. But until it's complete, we support the other Big Boss. The Phantom who carries on his legend, his meme. That is Big Boss's plan.
So that's the way it is.
9 years ago, I thought everything had been taken from me. But now I really have lost it all. The boss, and the future we were building together.
One day, the age of Big Boss's sons will arrive. They'll likely want to settle the score with him. We have to shape that age. We'll each have roles to play, building the foundation for a revolution led by both Big Bosses, the True One and the Phantom.
No. Big Boss can go to hell. I'll make the Phantom and his son stronger to send him there. For that, I'll keep playing my role.
You know, sooner or later, there will be only one boss. There's only room for one boss. His sons are fated to face each other someday, too. If the day ever comes that you go back to Cypher, I'll aid the other son. And then you and I will be enemies, too. One of us will have to kill the other.
Fine by me. I'll be ready for the new age. Until then, we'd better get used to coexisting.